Good afternoon. My name is Frankie Hamme, and I'm the Senior Manager of Marketing for the Society for American Military Engineers. I'm here today with our Camp COI chairs, and we're going to have a nice conversation about the CAMPS program, and I'm going to turn it over to Cindy Miller as well as Allison Cantu. Again, they are our chairs, and just briefly introduce yourself, and we'll just go ahead and have a nice brief conversation about CAMPS.
Great. I'm Cindy Miller. I'm with Jacobs, and I'm a program manager for Navy programs. And I am I'm now the Deputy COI Chair.
I am Allison Cantu, and I am the Environmental Restoration Program Manager at NAVFAC Southwest. And I just took over as the chair of the Camp COI and retired this year from being the Navy Port Hueneme Camp Director.
And let's go ahead and dive in. Cindy, first of all, I want to thank you for your leadership and your role that you've played with camps, and you've just done a fantastic job for us. So again, thank you. Would you mind sharing some of your thoughts and experiences as a chair?
Well, as a chair, it's been really fun. Just getting to work with all our camp directors and to look at the number of kids we have apply. You look at some of their records and outstanding, and then to get to know the kids that went to the camp. I mean, it is truthfully something that I personally take so much pleasure in doing and stuff. I had 3 of my daughters went through the camps, all in the military now, so really get a lot out of the camp. So I've had a lot of fun, and I look forward to Allison's leadership now because she's been a great deputy for the last
Cindy
few
and
years.
I actually met at the Navy Port Hueneme camp years ago as we were both mentors.
You never know what you're going to get out of out of being an SME volunteer. Allison, why don't you talk about your CAMPS program? Talk about its mission, benefits. What type of people are you looking for to join the COI to help out?
So now that we've moved more of a national camps program, it's a little bit more defined, I think, than it used to be, and we're a more cohesive element than it has been in the past. So I think we want people who are passionate about K-12 STEM outreach and getting high schoolers excited about camps and STEM, and potentially even the military. I mean, it's not easy to have a high schooler apply to go to the camp and then to go for a week somewhere else, generally speaking, and travel across the country to attend a camp. And so we want people who can help bring that excitement and that message and go to their local schools or their school districts or talk to guidance counselors and get high schoolers excited about this sort of thing.
And just to let you know, we've been focusing a little bit more now on the camps too, not only being the active duty military, like the options for the kids to go. We've been talking to them about you can start from being in a company that supports the military. You can be
DOD
in the military,
civilian.
NAVFAC, Army Corps of Engineer, as well as wearing the uniform. And if you want to, how to get to college, how to get some of that paid for, what are the programs out there. So we're giving a lot more information now to the kids and what's available to them and how do they get to where they want to go. So the camps have really, it's a great
And I
thing.
think they've broadened from being more purely construction-based to STEM focused. I mean, at the Port Hueneme camp, we get to build and fly drones, and they get to build and these unmanned undersea vehicles and race them through a pool. And so it's more, we've advanced with the technology and the times, and it's more the general STEM outreach and what the DoD does for STEM. It's not just, although they have a huge component, it's construction, it's more than that now.
Yeah.
Well, talk to me about post-COVID and in the camp season and the amount of students or teenagers, high school students that we have since COVID is.
As we have all seen with COVID, the post numbers have dropped. Membership, attendance at our lunches has dropped, and so there was a huge shift during COVID, and so we definitely saw that on the camp side about I think people wanting to send their kids somewhere else for a week around kids who traveled for a whole week. So this year was exciting because we had more campers apply than we had spots available for them. We were able to select the most highly qualified campers. And we're seeing significant increases in the number of applications this year, which is great because we added a new camp. We needed more applicants, but I think we're finally kind of seeing the reversal of what we saw during COVID. And I think, COVID, we got very lucky. We were able to partner with the Naval Academy and host virtual camps for 20 and 21. Which kind of kept our momentum up, but it did definitely, we did still see a huge shift.
Talk to me about the new Navy camp in Jacksonville.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, especially since I work for the Navy, it's great to have two Navy camps. So it's the first year, and actually, it's been awesome. NAVFAC Southeast really wanted to put together a camp. They sent volunteers to most of the camps last year, so they could see how a camp is run, see what they need to do, and they have been working so hard, and they have a huge support staff. They've leveraged all their networks, and they've got a ton of sponsorships, and we're very excited to have a camp out here.
Yeah, they've got Army Corps is very big in Jacksonville as well. So NAVFAC Southeast got the ball rolling. They got with the post, and now they're bringing the Army Corps in. So they're trying to get a good, well-rounded, selection for the kids to be able to see what's out there.
I know, and I'm glad that we have this option of another camp, and it just goes to show with the 20, 30 years that we've been doing this program that it's just a continued need for this.
It is, and we're starting in talks to look at potentially some other camps to start in the future. I mean, and it's a balance. We want to grow the program, we want to do it smartly, so we want to. It's a lot of work to do a camp, and so trying to figure out where we can do that, where we can best leverage, and we, not only do we need the campers, we need the dedicated staff to be able to do it, and so trying to find that balance of growing the program slowly and smartly.
Yeah.
Because our camps are unique, right? A lot of colleges offer camps that are STEM, and you go sit in a classroom or you go visit something and you watch. And like Allison was saying, ours are hands-on. So they teach them how to design a beam, they design the beam, then they go build the beam. So that progression, they learn how different it is from design to building what you designed. The kids get the hands-on, the kids get to really learn what it means of teamwork. It's not the high school teamwork where they get together and one person does a project. They really learn that you almost have to tell people, stop giving me ideas. Like I have so many ideas.
They all over-design everything, and they learn that really the construction, it doesn't matter how good your design is, you have to be able to execute it. And so they have to learn on the fly that whatever they design, they can't actually build in the time that's required. And so trying to teach them to not overthink things, I think, is huge.
And that's one of the unique selling points of the program, because you're not going to find that in other camps other than our STEM camps.
Correct. Correct.
Speaking of bringing more members into the fold, more volunteers into the fold, talk to me about the types of individuals that you're looking to bring in as volunteers to help you.
I think at all levels, right? We need a POC at each post that can help pick the campers for the post, that can help reach out to the local schools or the guidance counselors or local groups out there to get the word out to the high schoolers. But we need people at the camp level to be able to come for a week and be a mentor or help be on staff and help plan a camp, which is almost a year-round activity. We need people who can just provide a sponsorship, or from big firms or even small firms, to send a young professional as a mentor to camp. They will learn a lot. My first year at camp, I think I learned more than the campers did.
Yes.
But they need to put their leadership training into action. And it's incredibly rewarding. But so we need people who can have interest in camps in general. We can find a role for people.
Even if somebody can't go to a camp, don't want to attend, we have stuff at the COI level, organizational, contacting people, coordinating with the students. There is so much that can be done. So if somebody has an interest and sees a value in our STEM for the next generation, just get a hold of us. We can find work for them.
You know the old saying, it takes a village.
It
takes a village. All right, talk to me about the 2030 strategic plan and how and how camps is involved in that,
Yeah, so I think the STEM camps, as part of also the bigger K-12 outreach, is a huge part of the third pillar. We're creating STEM professionals for the future. We're nurturing future leaders in this field. And you have to start young. You can't wait till people are in their career, right? You need to get their interests when they're young. And so I think this is a huge part of that third pillar of the 2030 strategic plan.
Okay. All right, the foundation is playing a huge part with STEM.
are.
Talk to us about the foundation.
So the foundation has been sponsoring the camps for the last 2 years, which is fantastic, because the camps they're not cheap to run. We try to do them as cost effectively as possible, but it does cost a lot to feed and transport campers. So the foundation has given us money. One of the big things they've supported us with is mentor travel. So, I mean, we need a ton of staff to run a camp, and it's hard to ask a lot of companies to not only send somebody for a week, but to then pay for them to go. And so if we can, you know, the foundation has alleviated a lot of the stress about mentor travel.
Yeah.
And so the mentors can get their travel paid for to go out for the week to get that leadership experience. This year, the foundation's also helping support our insurance costs, which also post-COVID, insurance costs have risen drastically and are a vital part of the risk management and the success of our camps. And so the foundation is helping to support the costs of the insurance for the camps. And then they put a lot of money into marketing this year, which I know you've been a huge part of, and helping us get better at putting the word out. I mean, in the past, it was more up to the camp directors and the post POCs, but now that we have a national camp program, we need to look like we have a national camp program. And so putting those costs into marketing and getting your support and getting all the flyers and all the social media and all that word out, I think that's been huge, and that was huge in us getting better numbers this year for our applicants.
And another aspect that the foundation has brought in is when we have a large donor, either a company or an individual who would like to give to the STEM camps, the foundation has offered the opportunity where they can store it at the foundation, and the foundation is able to follow all the tax rules and all that stuff, and then still give that to the camp. So they've given us that avenue to be able to correctly accept those donations, grants and stuff, and to hand them out as appropriate as the
needed,
donor has requested. So
As needed.
it's been really, really great not to have that burden of how do you track that kind of money. So
Well, and as a camp director, trying to ensure that you have enough money, especially with the costs increasing so significantly over the last few years, that taking that burden off the camp directors of having to fundraise and having that that support has been huge. I mean, it just alleviates a huge level of stress.
Right, you're right,
for the camp
exactly. It's
directors.
one less thing to worry about.
we're always trying to keep the cost to the campers low, and our posts have been great. This year, every single camper was able to receive sponsorship from posts or other sources, which is great because then that ties them back into that donor, whether it's a post or an individual and stuff. And it really makes it that it's not a financial difficulty. It's not a student having to decide if they can go because of finances.
Exactly.
We don't ever want that to be the case.
Yeah, I know, and a lot of parents do worry about that, because, inflation, the economy, we're just seeing ups and downs all over the place, and, takes a lot of money to raise a kid. But, we want the best and the brightest, and even those that may need a little assistance, we still want them there. So
what's nice is I think as a parent and stuff, when I see an organization making that much effort to help pay, I know the organization cares about that event and not about making money.
Yeah.
We don't make money at camp, but you do still need, skin in the game from the kids and stuff like this. And so I think we are priced extremely well, especially with the sponsorship from the posts and stuff. So, I mean, it makes such a difference in a kid's, ability to attend and stuff and to enjoy it and realize that there really is, F.SAME is doing this because this is what we believe in.
Right.
Well, we're gearing up for the camp season, June, July, so we've got over 500 campers this year, and then our applications are going to open up in December, so we'll have to start getting ready for that again. It's a year-round. I know.
I know we're very excited. We've got all the campers lined up, all the camps are good to
Yes.
go. We're finalizing all those the last minute details that it always takes, figuring out meals, but I think we are good to go for the 2024 camp season.
Well, everybody's excited about it.
Yes.
Any parting thoughts before we end our interview?
I just want to say thanks for everybody who has ever volunteered, supported, given financial. It's a great program.
It is. And I think if you have kids, high schoolers who are interested, have them apply. It really is. It's a great program, and even if they may not want to do engineering, but they're more STEM focused, they learn about it.
Yes.
And they get the experience.
They get to experience it, and maybe they don't want to go into engineering. That's fine, but maybe they think they like this. And I think the more education and hands-on training we can give them when they're younger, the better it is for everybody.
Yep. The more exposure, the better.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, well, ladies, thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Cindy, again, your continued dedication has just been incredible. And Allison, you're just going to knock it out of the park.
Oh,
I
she's
know.
gonna knock it out of the park.
All right,
I'm
thank
glad to
you.
have Cindy on board.